What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
Alright, so we're gonna talk about this new Nintendo Direct rumor. Now, before I was gonna kind of touch again on this Nintendo Switch 2 dev kit situation, but honestly, I already did a video on that. That you guys know that story with that developer that was making its rounds, and with today's news and the stuff that we're hearing from Digital Foundry and all of these people about the dev kits, it seems to me that that information is actually correct. Now, had quite a few people trying to say that that this source couldn't be trusted because they were kind of shady. They seemed shady and stuff like that. Especially with the fact that they had an article up that they took down once it's made its rounds. But I don't necessarily think that they took it down because it wasn't legit. I think they may have taken it down because it was legit. Nintendo saw it and said, yeah, take that down. And they got scared because, that story was making its rounds. So while that developer seemed like it was kind of, could have been shady, who knows? I don't think that necessarily the information that they were sharing was shady, because judging by what we've been hearing lately, it seems like it was on point. Like these, sounds like Nintendo is, like they're saying, requiring a lot unless you're just a big partner that has a long history with Nintendo. They're making sure that, does this game take advantage of this Switch 2 feature? Does it do this? Does it do that? Or if it doesn't, they're not getting priority when it comes to the kits. So it looks like what they were saying was actually true. But today, we're going to talk about this new, or actually it's not really new, but there's new information regarding it, of this upcoming Nintendo Direct. Now, before we get things started, we're still on the road to 20,000 subscribers. If you're into Nintendo Switch 2 content and you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like. So this Nintendo Direct rumor comes via Switchforce, Zach from Switchforce. So previously, he got information from his sources that there was going to be a Nintendo Direct, right? And then that Nintendo Direct ended up being a partner indie Direct or whatever. But the day that he said it was going to happen, or when he said it was going to happen, happened, and that, right? So that turned out to be correct. Now he's saying that there is supposed to be a Nintendo Direct in September. I mean, surprise, surprise. But also that there is going to be actual multiple directs. Now, he said this previously, but today, he got a little bit more specific, at least with a tease that he later confirmed, that he expects this to be a Nintendo Direct, a General Direct. The General Direct we've all been waiting for. And it's supposed to be next month, September, on the 12th, on a Friday, right? And before he teased this date, he said that was going to be sooner than you thought, and that was going to be on a day that you wouldn't expect, because directs usually are not on Fridays. I think there's been one on Friday before, but usually they're not on Fridays, or at least the Nintendo General Directs are not on Fridays. And so here's my thoughts on that. So right now it is August 25th. Saying that there is going to be a Direct on September 12th. And actually, he's not the only one that's saying that there's going to be a Direct around this time. I believe Nash Weedle and VGC are also saying that they're hearing that there will be a Direct either in the middle of September or I think Nash Weedle said the second week of September. So, all of these sources are, they're kind of agreeing on a timeline for some kind of Direct. And Switchforce says it's the Nintendo Direct, right? The Nintendo General Direct, even though, there could be like the Mario Direct, Anniversary Direct, which I'm actually hoping, if that is a separate thing, I'm actually hoping that is next week, selfishly because I am off next week. And also, that also lines up with the same first week reveal as what happened with the Mario 35th anniversary, where the real anniversary was actually the second week, but the direct was the first week. So that could, happen again. But regarding the general direct on the 12th, see, here's where things get tricky with that. So let's say that the information that Switch Force has regarding the direct is actually September 12th. Today is August 25th. So that's nearly 3 weeks away. Now, told you guys time and time again, Nintendo is very protective about their surprises. They're very protective about their announcements. So even if there is a direct schedule for the 12th, everybody and their mama talking about it right now puts that date in jeopardy because it's way too soon. Now, this is talking from someone, if you guys have been following me for a while, especially during the early parts of the early to mid parts of the Switch era, you know that I used to hear about games and Nintendo Direct dates and stuff a lot of times before they happen. And if you guys go back and watch those videos, you can see, I will tell you, anytime I told you for sure a direct was happening this day, it happened that day. Every time. It's because I knew ahead of time. But the thing is, back then, the only way to really be sure that it was happening at that time is when you heard about it pretty much a few days or so at most, or maybe a week before it happened. And the reason for that is these things are due to change. And the reason they're due to change is because, one, Nintendo Directs are pre-recorded. They're not live. And two, Nintendo hates having their surprises spoiled. So that's why even when you saw back then, even if I knew the specific date that a direct was going to happen, or I knew something, I was really, really cryptic. If I even did talk about it, very cryptic in that. So much so that most people that watched those videos or looked at those tweets didn't really know for sure what day or when I was talking about until they came back and looked at it after the fact. And I did that on purpose because I didn't want that stuff to get changed. Now, when you announce something that Nintendo doesn't want you to announce 3 weeks in advance, you're running that risk. So even if the information is correct, and even if Nintendo has a Nintendo Direct penciled in for September 12th, the fact that everybody is talking about it puts that date in danger. Especially if it's already recorded. if it's already recorded and everybody's reporting on the day, all these leakers, oh, it's the 12th, oh, it's the middle, it's blah, blah, blah. And Nintendo sees that, which of course they already have. They don't want to give credibility to leakers. So they could potentially move the date to make those people not look credible. If it's supposed to be the 12th and everybody and their mom is reporting the 12th or middle of September, and Nintendo doesn't want that to be known, they could drop it in the first week of September. They could drop it in the third week of September. They could drop it on a different day. Oh, you say it's going to be the 12th? Hey, now it's the 10th. Oh, it's going to be the 12th? Huh? Oh, now it's the 18th. You know? That's how Nintendo is. Nintendo is very protective about their announcements and their secrets. And they hate their surprises being blown. So it probably would have been a better idea to wait, either be more cryptic, have a riddle that was a lot harder to figure out, or simply wait closer to the actual date. But I guess, there's people there who are just afraid that someone else would leak it before them. If it comes out to be true. But yeah, anytime you leak something Nintendo related this early in advance, you're putting that actual reveal date in jeopardy. And it's all going to come down to really, if it's a general direct, maybe the contracts with the third-party developers, maybe they are contractually obligated or they have an agreement to announce their games on that certain date. I think we've even seen in the past where there was supposed to be a direct or even a partner direct or something like that was leaked, and then all of a sudden that day came and gone, and then we got these random Twitter announcements by third parties. It was because that was around the time where the direct was actually supposed to happen, and third party didn't want to wait, or they couldn't wait. So yeah, the 12th could actually be a legit date, but talking about it and reporting on it and leaking it this early, yeah, might not be the greatest idea. You even seen where Nate is being a little bit more cautious of how early he talks about things and leaks things. Is because a lot of these things you leak them and then they change the dates or they change plans. So that's why a lot of times they'll wait until the last minute, pretty much wait until it's very hard to change plans before dropping the leaks. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments section.